What's happening, people? Welcome to Inside the White Lines, football podcast, talk show, full of opinions and all that good stuff. Basically, something us four have been speaking about doing for quite a long time. A United fan, a Chelsea fan, a West Ham fan, and of course, an Arsenal fan. I'm sure you'll figure out who's who. We'll keep the intro short, we'll keep it sweet, and we'll get straight into it. So, last day of the season. Where should we start? Should we talk about Liverpool?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Top
Starting point. So they've obviously had a blinding season. What is it? 15 points, 16 points.
Ah, man. 18, 99 points, 18 above City.
Yeah, they didn't reach that 100 though, did they?
Oh, they flopped it.
80, and they didn't do the unbeaten. 18 points in front of City.
Thing is, though, I think if you get the win that start earlier in the season, you're gonna have one foot on the plane or to holiday, like from early, isn't you?
That's it.
Yeah. So the missus like, let's get that book. So
100%. You've even seen it in the last few games. I mean, they've definitely taken their foot off the gas.
Yeah, 100%.
And I'm not even going to disrespect any team, but in the last few games, they've just not had their head in the game like that. I mean, still good to beat them, but if I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be slightly disappointed that they didn't try and push the unbeaten or the 100 points.
Well, didn't they lose the unbeaten before the lockdown happened?
Yeah. I think they lost one.
Watford.
Watford,
it was Watford. Yeah. Watford, who got relegated. That's so weak.
Yeah.
But no, Liverpool fully deserved best team by a country mile.
Yeah, this season definitely.
If you say, how could Liverpool improve? How could they improve their squad or their team for next season if they even needed to? Is there any areas in that Liverpool team where you would say they need to improve that? Because for me, I don't even think they could add a bit of depth maybe, but that's
depth in the squad.
Yeah, definitely depth.
Yeah, definitely. Depth
probably
compared to City.
Probably an unpopular opinion, but I don't think their midfield is all that, if I'm being honest.
No,
I feel they've overperformed this season, if anything.
Oh, yeah. I would say that if you look at City's midfield is better than Liverpool's midfield on paper.
Yeah, by miles.
City squad's better than Liverpool on paper. Let's be honest. If you look at their subs bench, you're talking like 200 mil plus. That's some teams in the Prem.
I'd argue that Liverpool's defensive better.
Yeah, Liverpool's defensive better than City.
100.
Yeah, I'd agree.
100.
Keeper debatable.
100%. Van Dijk.
Yeah, you're talking starting 11. I'm talking squad.
Oh, squad.
Oh yeah, no, squad. Then Liverpool gets a bit of pony.
I think City have a weakness in the centre back positions anyway. I think they need someone to play with Laporte. I think Laporte is a great player, but then they have no one to play with him, sort of thing.
Which is
John Stones ain't done it, has he?
Nah.
Keep hearing they're going to get that Kalubi guy, the Napoli one.
Yeah.
Koulibaly, yeah, he's an animal.
He's been linked with a few teams.
He's been linked with Chelsea every summer.
He's been linked with United, he's been linked with Liverpool, he's been linked with Chelsea, he's been linked with a few players, with a few teams, I should say. I don't know.
I think Liverpool need a scoring centre forward as well. I know everyone loves Firmino, but for me,
Firmino doesn't score enough goals though. He does a lot for the team, and he does a lot for his his partners up there, but he doesn't bang. He doesn't score loads of goals.
Someone was telling me the maddest stat, like he hasn't scored in. I don't want to quote it, but I know he hasn't scored in a lot of games. Actually, he scored last game.
Yeah, he scored against Chelsea.
But
before that, anyone can score against Chelsea though.
Yeah.
Except for Wolves.
I think the stat was he hasn't scored at Anfield.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He hasn't scored a home goal.
He hasn't scored a home goal in a long time. Yeah, it was a long time though. But yeah, Robert Firmino could bring in a number like a clinical finisher. But I mean, the team don't lack goals though. Do you know what I mean?
No, that's the thing. I think that's their dynamic, isn't it? Because if you look at it, like people like Salah are so selfish.
Yeah,
like, he's almost the centre forward that plays on the right anyway. He's going to take a shot. He's not going to pass it.
100%.
What you got to look at is if you got a right winger and a left winger and they're both scoring 20 plus goals a season, does your number 9 have to do that much really?
Well, you got Salah on 19 Prem goals, and you got Mane on 18 Prem goals.
Exactly.
He scored today. I think he's on 19 now.
Who?
Mane.
Oh, was he? I thought, yeah, okay, this might not have been updated, what I'm looking at.
He's either on 18 or 19. I think he was, but he scored today.
Either way, though, when your wingers
nearly 40, yeah.
Yeah,
The
exactly.
only issue would be if one of them gets injured, then you're bringing on Miyamoto, and Miyamoto does not look at all that.
Great.
That's me being polite.
Minamino.
Minamino, is that it? Okay.
Yeah. I think
Yeah, he does.
he looked quite tasty before they signed him. He turned up. I can't remember who they signed him from, but he proper turned up in the Champions League against them, and that's why they signed him. But I think he could be a bit of a Park Ji-sung shirt sales sort of job.
Park Ji-sung used to.
Park Ji-sung was sick.
No, I'm not taking it away from Park Ji-sung, but he was initially signed to sell shirts.
I hear that. So Man City. I mean, they've got the best league. Let's not lie. They
could still win the Champions League.
They could still win the Champions League.
Yeah, which would then a successful season for them. They would take second in the Champions League all day.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy. Yeah.
They've got the best player in the league. Don't care what Henderson is.
Yeah,
it's De Bruyne. Yeah.
Hands down, he is the best player in the league. Kevin De Bruyne.
2 goals and an assist on the last day.
Yeah,
it's quality.
2 worldies as well.
Yeah, I
only saw one of them.
Yeah, the second one was possibly even better.
I need to get into Match of the Day later for sure. I haven't seen them goals yet.
Yeah, definitely.
So, Liverpool, Man City. Should we talk European spots? Should we talk mid-table?
Yeah, Champions League.
Champions League.
Champions League.
Third. I mean, if you was to ask me if Man United was going to get third in January, I don't think any person would have said that they was going to claw back the point difference that they did. I think it's like 14 points or something like that. I'm not sure.
Yeah, Leicester threw it away, I think. Leicester was in prime position, and somehow they've ended up 5th, which is ridiculous.
They
flopped it over lockdown, I think.
Yeah.
They just didn't keep on the ball. I think that was the worst thing that happened to them, Leicester.
So they've had a lot of injuries in the last couple games.
They lost Maddison.
They lost Maddison.
Maddison,
Chilwell.
massive for them. And Chilwell.
They lost Chilwell.
Two big players, man.
And then Sanoku.
Yeah,
that's 6th centre back. He lost.
Yeah.
He got banned as well.
They had like 5 of their starting 11 that didn't start today against United. They've definitely
it was odd, wasn't it? Yeah.
Definitely taken a big hit. But yeah, I mean, they were in the driving seat and they did let it slip. But that's what happens, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
I think like they said today, it was expected of United to get that spot. For Leicester, it's an achievement. Do you know what I mean? I don't think Europa will do them much harm. If they get all their squad together, Leicester, I think they'll have a good season again next season. That Harvey Barnes is a quality player.
Yeah,
it's how you judge it though. It's like at the start of the season, if Leicester would have said, "Oh, Leicester are going to come 5th," Leicester fans would have said, "Yeah, brilliant." But if you're in 3rd with only so many games to play, you want that 3rd, don't you? You don't want to say, "Oh, we're going to come 5th from this position." So you got to take it as.
Jamie Vardy, he's had a cracking season. His first Golden Boot.
Baller.
23.
Yeah.
He's never done that before. That's good for him.
I like Jamie Vardy.
So
he's a baller. There's no two ways about it. He's a goal scoring baller.
He is. He's top quality.
Disappointing that he's decided to call his time on England. I think there's nothing wrong with having him on the bench to come on at any point, or even start in certain games.
He turned around and said, "Look, at the end of the day, give the youngsters a chance. But if you really need me because of injuries, I'll still play." So he's not officially retired, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't think
he basically said he don't want to be selected.
I'd take him. I'd take him to any.
Well, I would.
Yeah, but he don't want to do the bench job.
I think it's his choice. Yeah, I think he said, "I'd rather spend time with his family and concentrate on being a Prem striker." And if you actually look at it, he's Golden Boot.
Yeah.
He's too busy selling Wayne Rooney stories to the press, like his wife.
He's
Rebecca Vardy.
She's been sued by Rooney's by Vardy's missus. Has sued her for defamation, isn't she?
Yeah.
It turns out all her special detective work has been a load of nonsense. And it
well, the dramas.
Always in and around the 20 goals a season mark anyway. I think he was like 80 season 23.
Imagine he'd have actually gone to Arsenal when Wenger tried to sign him.
Well, that's the story of Wenger's and Arsenal.
There's a whole 2-hour pod of all the people who Arsenal were going to sign.
Messi.
But in the end, they got Pepe.
Yeah. Working down. So then
Chelsea.
Overachieved.
Yeah, we want to talk about Leicester letting it slip. Chelsea let it slip, mate.
No, we didn't.
I don't think so. I think that's harsh on Frank, man.
Start of the season, I didn't think we'd get top 4.
Chelsea let third place slip, 100%.
I don't care. We got top 4. I didn't at the start of the season.
Don't care.
I didn't think we'd get anywhere close to top 4.
I hear what you
Is it?
top four.
Signing ban, Hazard been gone.
Yeah, you have to mention the ban. The transfer ban is big for a team with a big budget.
Shouldn't break the rules then, should you?
Exactly. I'm not going to say.
What was it on?
It showed like it was one of them old youth players we got. We signed him when he was too young or something abroad.
Yeah, like 12.
Frank Lampard, innit?
Yeah, Frank Lampard.
No, do you know what? I'm not even going to sit here and say that Chelsea have had a bad season, because Frank Lampard has done a good job, and he has worked magic at Chelsea this season. He's done really well. I don't think he's actually, minus their latest signing, I don't think he signed anyone, has he? He worked with a squad he had.
He promoted Tammy as well. Put Tammy straight in the starting lineup. Who came at the start of the season.
With him, I mean, I know
Mason Mount he bought from Derby next last season.
He's hated by some people like him. Some people don't think he's all that. I mean, I think he's decent. He does the job. He scored today. He scored.
Him out.
Yeah.
He dropped off a bit in the middle. Like
his little pet project though, because he took him to Derby last season, didn't he?
I remember when Mount first started playing at Chelsea though. He looked like he was gonna be. He looked good. He was scoring and he looked decent. I know Tom.
I can't. Do you know what it is? Yeah, not only like he's all right. Like don't get me wrong, he's all right, but he's not good enough. Like I'm sorry, if you want to be like Chelsea, if they've got ambitions of winning the league in the next few seasons, I don't think Mason Mount is going to take that step of being okay to suddenly being a number 10 that's going to win them the league.
I can't see him being world class.
Really?
No, I can't
see him.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
World class.
Yeah, same. I agree. I don't even see him being a top Premiership player. I think he'll be okay at like a mid-level team. Like he'll be like the best player at a team that's going to come 8th or 9th. Do you know what I mean? That sort of level.
Maybe he should go to Arsenal then.
Yeah, this season. And one last thing about him actually is he needs to get that fucking thing off his chin. What is that on his chin?
Oh yeah,
since he's shown that, his form's been on point. He needs to keep that.
He needs to keep that, mate. A bit of wind looks like that will take that off. I don't know what the bloody hell that is.
To be fair, you shaved yours off today, Mark. I thought you'd have it on in honour.
I have to grow it back again. Free them out.
Like I said, he'll split decision. He'll get some people that say he's decent, some that say he's not cut out for it. I think he's all right. I think he's a decent squad player to have in your team. Definitely.
Interesting next season if we get that German kid Kai Havertz. I'm just butchering his name.
Havertz.
Baller.
Who I've not seen play one bit, but it looks like they play in the same position.
Oh, mate.
Number 10.
I saw most of him when they restarted the Bundesliga earlier. I was just gagging for football, so I was like watching it quite regularly, and he is sick.
Yeah, he does.
He's like standout Bundesliga. Obviously, apart from like Lewandowski, he looks a different gravy.
Yeah, we've done good bits in the transfer window as well.
Chelsea.
Yeah, we got it wrapped up early.
But they've spent a lot of money.
I think Chelsea have covered over the cracks a bit because their defence is very poor. You've let in a lot of goals this season, Chelsea.
Like second most.
You say that though, but I mean their goal difference is 15 compared to United's 30 and Leicester's 26.
That's what I mean.
Oh, wait, that's worse.
Yeah,
that's what we're saying. They've let in a lot of goals. They're getting a lot of goals.
I mean, they look like on paper next season they're going to be the team that will outscore you.
Yeah,
they'll have to be because I don't think their defence is going to hold out a clean sheet.
I don't think they're done in the transfer window, to be honest.
No, I reckon we'll get a left back.
Yeah, Alonso's not good enough.
Chilwell's got to be favourite.
If they do bring in Havertz, and then the money you've spent, and then you need a goalkeeper and a left back. I mean, I know Chelsea have got a lot of money, but with what's been going on,
they got that oil money, baby.
You're talking about financial fair play.
We'll sell some people as well.
A lot. I mean, I can't see them. I think you've done a lot of your business already. To be honest,
we've done most, but I still think there's more to be done. I don't think
you'll get a few quid for like Batshuayi and players like that. Probably Giroud. What 20 mil for Giroud? So
he just signed a new contract.
Did he?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Do you know?
He can still go. He can still go.
He can still go, but it just feels a bit. I doubt it. I reckon they'll keep him, and we'll sell Batshuayi.
But then
probably sell Jorginho.
I don't get it, man. I feel like Giroud could be a starting number 9 for a mid-table Prem team. Easy. I don't know why.
We might play. Timo Werner plays slightly on the wing as well.
No, Werner will the middle.
Nah, he's a centre forward, surely.
Forward, man.
Yeah.
Goal scoring centre forward.
Yeah, he. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not a big fan of Giroud. When he was at Arsenal, being at Chelsea, I've always thought
he's quality, man.
Mediocre centre forward. He does a job. He's good at holding the ball up. He's an aerial threat. He's decent.
His link-up play is very good.
He scores every type of goal, and his link-up play is really good.
His link-up play is very good.
Massively underrated, man.
His link-up play is as good as Firmino, and he scores more goals than Firmino.
Yeah, but we just said earlier, Firmino definitely needs to improve his game, especially with listen, I'm saying it straight. I've always said he's decent. I've never said he's world class, but he's been doing the business recently. He has been doing the business. He's been performing for Chelsea. He's probably been your star man recently.
Since the lockdown, yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, except for William, but that's whole another podcast.
Oh, Pulisic, sorry, you gotta go for that one.
I was gonna say that the argument.
Yeah, honourable mention.
He's definitely. He's a ball.
He looks good. Yeah, he looks
good. He's a Ballon d'Or winner.
All right, calm down. He looks good. Calm down.
God just lost himself for a minute.
Lost myself, man. Getting the kit in it. Pulisic.
Chelsea, Europa. Who made the Europa? It's Wolves and Spurs.
Spurs,
Leicester.
Yeah.
But did Spurs finish 7th in the end, or did Wolves finish 7th?
6th. Wolves finished 7th.
So if if Arsenal
Wolves get booted,
Wolves are out the door, and I mean,
so Wolves are in the Europa then.
At the minute, yeah.
At the minute,
no, they're in the Europa.
Right. It depends though, because if Wolves win the Europa, don't they go in the Champions League then?
Yeah, they do. Yeah,
that'd be great. I know that's an if, but
yeah, they do. Winner of the Europa Mir.
They've got to be one of the teams to win.
So that could be a joke's outcome. If Arsenal lose the FA Cup final, but Wolves win the Europa, does that mean that Arsenal will then get Europa?
Oh, what, through the league?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that means, actually.
I think you must do.
We may do. So either way, I know, because we could still lose and then Wolves probably won't win the Europa. To be honest with you, I'll be honest with you, right? When it comes to that, I kind of don't want to play the Europa again next season.
No.
It's a bit sort of whatever sort of competition. I'd rather just let him focus on the league. But then on the same hand, I really want to win the FA Cup. So it's like,
you need
what
the
are you going
money.
to do? What, for the Europa League?
I think Arsenal need to win the FA Cup this season. So we sort of moved down the table to Arsenal, but I think Arsenal cannot
doesn't the FA
call their season any kind of success if they don't get the FA Cup.
Oh no, it's been a shocking season for Arsenal, 100%.
FA Cup winner qualify for Europa.
Yeah, that's what we're saying.
Yeah, so
you're not getting it by default now anyway because Chelsea's got the Champions League spot.
No. I don't think so. Anyway.
I get so confused when it comes to the Europa rules.
In a nutshell, Arsenal can't get one over on Spurs any which way, can they?
No.
FA Cup is the only way of getting a cup.
Spurs finished 7th. Arsenal could have got one over on, and they could have won the FA Cup, and they could have prevented them from playing Europa next season. But that can't happen now, can it? They can only prevent Wolves.
No. But then you'd have to argue, what's a better season? Coming 6th and having nothing, or coming 8th and getting the FA Cup and both going into Europa anyway?
They've only beat you by 3 points.
Probably.
That's what I mean. Both have had a shocking season. Tottenham and Arsenal have been shocking this season.
Probably Arsenal winning the FA Cup would be a better season than finishing 6th.
Yeah, you'd have to take the trophy.
Trophy's a win, yeah.
What they get into the Europa and you win a trophy is definitely a better season, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be fair though, if Chelsea win it, that is massive achievement for Frank Lampard.
Yeah. Ollie wins it though.
First season.
Ollie.
Eh?
If Ollie wins it, it's a good season for Ollie, isn't it?
Wins the what?
Europa.
We're still.
Oh, of course, yeah. I forget you're still in that.
We've got coming 3rd is a good season for Ollie.
Definitely, but coming.
Yeah, massive.
It is. So Europa dropping. FA Cup
next.
Lists. Arsenal. We just spoke about Spurs and Wolves, didn't we?
Yeah.
Arsenal.
Talk about the. What did you say? Arsenal.
Yeah. Unless people want to talk about Tottenham.
No, we sort of just done Arsenal really there.
I don't think we really criticised Arsenal's season that much. We just got to say it was poor, but we got to know why it was poor.
It was poor. I'll tell you why it was poor, because ultimately we haven't got good enough players.
Yeah,
Spent 70 million on one.
Aubameyang's got you out of trouble, really.
If
If
you,
it weren't for his goals.
if you didn't have Aubameyang at Arsenal, Jesus Christ, you would be fighting relegation.
Well, I wouldn't take it that far, but yeah, no, we'd have a lot less goals. I think Aubameyang is obviously our one world-class player, and the rest are bang average, if you're being honest.
Your defence is...
I mean, you've got a world-class player who don't get in a squad.
Who's that?
Ozil.
Oh,
Yeah.
There's not
Yeah.
on him.
On his day, Ozil can be world-class.
Oh, he is. There's no doubt about it. Like,
He's just past his best.
Something wrong with him, yeah.
His day's long gone. That's the problem.
His attitude, and I think you made a mistake paying him too much money.
Yeah.
Big, long, 350 grand a week contract.
The problem that clubs have now, you'll struggle to sell him. It's what Man United have with Sanchez. It's the same thing. When you pay him that much and they're not performing, you find someone else that's going to come in and say, do you know what, we'll buy him and we'll match his wages. And they're not going to settle for less. Do you know what I mean? He's earning 350k a week to sit there and bloody...
Well, why would you?
He goes to China or something.
That's the thing, some people don't want to go China.
No, well, I wouldn't. Would you?
That's what Bale did, isn't it? He was on his way, and they were like, nah. So now he's just going to sit there on 600k a week.
Do you see the picture of him in the last game of the season with the falling asleep with a mask over his face?
When I see him sitting there like that...
Yeah.
For me, Arsenal's problem is their defence. That is your major problem. And do you know what? The spine of the centre mids, Xhaka, your defence have not been great.
I'm not having that Ceballos either.
Do you know what? I'll be honest with you. Since we started Restart, he's been one of our better players, if not the best player.
Yeah, but
him,
I mean that's
him, the backup goalie, and Aubameyang have been our best players since the Restart.
I mean, giving David Luiz a new contract after this season, but I suppose
if they play a 3, Luiz is good in a 3, but it just means that you're only playing all next season with 3 at the back.
Yeah. Do you want a player who you need to have cover on because he's a liability? If you're going to be pushing for Champions League, you don't want them sort of players in your team.
But then the thing is, he puts in a performance like the FA Cup semi-final against City. He was like, nothing could get past him. He won everything in the air. Didn't make any rash challenges. He was like, all of a sudden, he played like Van Dijk. He was like the best player in the league I know it's only for one game, but he was like world class. And then he goes back to what he did against Watford today. Looks a bit rash, gives away a penalty.
I heard someone say with David Luiz, it's like he'll have one good game and then 2 bad games. There's no consistency.
Yeah, there is no
consistency.
I think it's who the centre forward is as well.
Yeah.
I think versus like a player like who's he against? Gabriel Jesus against City. He's a bit of a wimp, isn't he? Let's be honest. Troy Deeney today, right up his ear-hole. You don't like players like that get on him. Do you know what I mean? If he can control a player, he can be good. But I just think it's a gamble having him at your centre back.
Definitely.
Yeah, but then look what happened when we played them in the league. They battered us, and he rash decision again, got himself sent off.
Yeah.
So I don't think it's necessarily the teams he played against. I think it's just him. He can't perform. He's got no consistency.
Yeah.
No consistency in his game.
Holding, didn't you? You rate Holding?
I've never rated
him much. I haven't seen him much, but I hear Arsenal fans say he's arguably one of your best centre backs.
Yeah,
I'd best of a bad bunch.
Yeah, basically, that's what it boils down to. We haven't got no one special. My hopes are really lying with this new kid that's coming in. But again, he's 19, 20 years old, this Saliba. Yeah. And let's be honest, if your best player is a 19, 20-year-old, then that must say a lot about the rest of your team.
Didn't you sign another centre-back as well? Am I going mad?
Yeah, he got injured, Brazilian guy.
Yeah.
He looked all right as well.
Yeah, I can't remember his name.
Mustafi and Socrates.
Oh, they've all got to go.
Right.
Yeah, they've all got to go. Mustafi, Socrates,
like
Luiz.
Yeah, they're terrible. And for me, listen, I don't know. Bellerin, he's past it. He's not. He's had a couple.
He's actually not a bad player. Bellerin.
He's 25 years old.
Player,
but I mean, he's not as good as he was.
He's had a couple bad injuries.
In a better team, he'd be all right. I don't mind Bellerin.
No, I don't know, man.
Your left back.
Tierney.
Tierney looks good.
He looks all right. He looks better than Kolasinac.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Kolasinac is a centre back now.
God, all he's good at doing is jumping out the car and chasing down armed robbers, bro.
He was on job, mate.
Yeah.
In it. Ozil jumped in the car, hiding behind his wife, and clashed that.
Ozil put his foot down and he was gone, bro. He left there.
But yeah, in summary, poor season for Arsenal could slightly be saved with an FA Cup win. To be perfectly honest,
the FA Cup would make it all a lot better, definitely.
Yeah.
So Arsenal, then we're going down. I don't
skip
down the table, to be honest.
The mid-table teams are so nothing. So many nothing teams. If you look at it, like Sheffield United should get an honorary mention, I think. He's done such a great job with them. Like they're no frills, but just they play really good football, and players like Ollie McBurney, Lundstrom, they've just got players that just step up and do the job.
Do you know what you can say about Sheffield United? They've got no superstars, but they've got 11 players who know exactly what their job is, and they know exactly what tactics they're going to play, and they all stick to the game plan, and it works.
Really well organised, yeah. They've done really well.
But it's nicer football. Like you'll say Burnley, they're well organised.
Burnley
they
are just
their job.
Dire.
But when you watch Sheffield United, I don't mind Burnley. Like he does his job, innit?
Yeah, but it's like what's the point? You're never going to go higher than 9th or 10th, and you might not go lower. It's just all them teams are nothing teams to me. Burnley, Everton, Palace.
You say that they were 6 points off of European football.
Nick Pope going?
But 6 points they were never going to get.
I don't know. They could get that.
Ain't Nick Pope?
I can't see any of them teams yet. Pope what?
Ain't Pope going for Golden Glove?
You should do.
I think no. I think Ederson beat him because Ederson kept a clean sheet today. I think there was 15 clean sheets, and I think Ederson was on 16. So Pope would have finished on 15 clean sheets this season. But like we was talking,
but that's just unfair on Pope, though, isn't it?
Like we were talking about earlier, Pope's got to be England number one, isn't he? Really?
Yeah.
Pope or Henderson.
I think so.
I'd say Pope.
United as well. He deserves a shout out because he's.
Yeah.
I mean, I think they should take him back to United and have him challenge De Gea for number one. But the thing is, Henderson obviously wants to be playing first team football every week. Do you know what I mean? And
Pope's at Burnley, right?
Yeah. Pope's at Burnley.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the goal difference, Sheffield United ended up even, and Burnley ended up -7. So on that, Henderson's must have had more clean sheets.
I want Chelsea to sign Pope.
Hey, Pope had 15.
Pope would be a step up on Kepa.
Had 15.
He would be a step up.
They probably let in bigger goal difference in other games where they got thumped.
They got beat, definitely. Yeah. Sheffield, the table's like, I don't know. There hasn't been much this season. Battle's been in the relegation zone recently, isn't it? It's been taking it down to.
So the real football's played, mate.
Taking it.
So it really matters. Real teams.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, but the problem is, if we start talking about the relegation, a team like West Ham should have never been nowhere near it.
Yeah.
No way.
Not with the squad that you've got.
I just think we spent a lot of money on crap players. Not crap, but like if you look at I know this is obviously closer to me, but Felipe Anderson has got to be the most frustrating player I've ever watched. And I know he's my team and whatever, but the geezer. I mean, you must feel it, Tom, because I know you've watched Ozil look like he does not want to be there. And it's the same with Anderson. There's so little. The worst thing is, at the start of the season, I think he was
he looked alright
there for interceptions and stuff like that. Attacking and with the ball at his feet, he's a gifted player. But West Ham want a winger like Bowen, who's come in and done a massive job, who grafts, who really puts the work in. And Anderson just don't do that. He just wants to sit there and flick the ball about and look good.
Do you not think that's David Moyes all over though? That's what he wants. He doesn't want any of these flair players. He wants hard workers.
Look at these two signings though. Souček and Bowen, both exactly in that mould. Souček's been an absolute revelation for us. I think possibly a reason that we stayed up. But I don't know. I've got to have faith in Moyes now. I haven't really got a choice. Who else are we gonna get in? And we can't drop him twice after keeping us up. So I think they've got.
That's muggy.
They've got to back him. And to be fair, you've got to give credit to the geezer for coming back.
Yeah, definitely.
At the end of the day, he kept us up. They said, "No, we're going to get Pellegrini in, who's a complete geriatric nutcase." Got rid of him, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'll come back," and then he's done it again. So I don't know. We've got to push on massively next season. I think, as you know, we were just lucky that there were teams worse than us this season.
Yeah, I think it was down to.
And I think again, talking about relegation, I think Brighton have done really well. They've got a bang average side. They sacked Chris Hughton early in the season, which I thought might be a mistake. I thought and they've done really well. That Morpie, who they signed from Brentford.
The geezer,
a really good striker. They've got
like who got AFTV.
Yeah.
It's a cheat.
They've got a bang average squad. They grind out results.
He done there, know that Mapai, didn't he?
So it was Watford, Bournemouth, and Norwich.
And
Norwich would die.
Norwich, I mean, they have had, I think they've lost like 27 games this season.
Yeah.
And they needed like 75
goals.
Minus 49 now.
Yeah.
Seeded like 25 goals and they've lost 27 games in a season. I mean, they don't deserve
5 wins, 6 draws. That's dire.
Yeah, they don't deserve it. Is there any player from Norwich that you say, do you know what? He's half decent, I'd have him. Or not maybe
2.
Cantwell is one.
Cantwell and Grenduia, but I wouldn't have them at Chelsea. I think they're just good players.
Timo Pukki as well, man.
No, who's the right back as well?
I think.
What's his name?
Aarons? Yeah.
Is it Aarons? He's like a right back or something. He looks decent.
He looks good.
Pukki can find the back of the net, man. Definitely.
I think he got off.
Can he though? Can he?
Such a flat.
Yeah, look at the service though. Who's he getting service from?
It's true. I think argument.
You've got to feed a striker, ain't you?
I think he got off to such a flying start though. Like.
Yeah, probably got to him.
Yeah, I think he peaked soon in the league. To be honest, I don't know.
A big problem with Norwich, I thought, was they didn't have, like, you see how like Burnley will play tight and defensive. They know what they're doing. Whereas Norwich, they would try and play football against teams that are better at playing football. So instead of thinking to themselves, all right, this team's better than us, let's try keep it tight. Let's, like, you know, challenge certain players, getting wound up, try and get that sort of way playing the game. They used to try and play football against like Man City, and obviously Man City are gonna.
Man City though, didn't they?
Yeah, that was a flip though, weren't it? Yeah. That was a flip. Well, not today they didn't. They got battered 5-0, but do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was their problem.
They done the opposite of Sheffield, I think.
Yeah, Sheffield were organised. They were hard to beat. Norwich tried to play football and just got outplayed by better teams. I mean, and weren't hard to beat.
If Sheffield United finished higher than they did, they had such a good season. Obviously, they finished where they finished, but I mean, you wouldn't be surprised if they finished in that Europa League spot. They've had such a good season, to be honest.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, because at the start, they was one of the relegation contenders. So to finish where they did.
Second season's hard, though, for teams like that. It happens quite often, isn't it? Like, they shoot up, and then next season, other teams adapt.
Yeah. So, but they know they'll analyse their play and they'll work out ways to get around them.
I rate Chris Wilder enough, though, that I think he'll keep them up again.
Yeah. Yeah, you'd like to think so. No, I mean, they're quite strong. They've got quite a strong squad. For you know, they've found players that are definitely Premiership quality.
Yeah.
So Bournemouth, Watford, also. I mean, I'm kind of happy to see Villa survive. To be honest, I would rather.
Oh, really?
Well, I just think they're a big club. Do you know what I mean? They're a club with.
Yeah. History.
They are a big club. I'm not saying I like. I'm saying I prefer Villa to Watford and Bournemouth, to be honest.
Nah, I disagree.
Well, Watford had too good a squad to go down, really. But
yeah, Watford had a whole bunch of players that were like high potential. Like Chalobah,
Decore's good player.
Will Hughes.
Yeah.
Decore.
Sarr's good.
Yeah.
Danny Welbeck.
Sarr, he won't be long.
Huh?
That winger Sarr, he won't be there.
Yeah, he's quality. And I think what killed them was Delafeo going because he was banging for them. Mid-season, and then him getting injured was massive. They'll lose a lot of players in the Championship, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
They will.
That's what they deserve that for sacking Pearson.
Going back to your point,
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Going back to your point about Villa, I disagree. I'd rather see Bournemouth stay up than Villa. I think Bournemouth play nicer football. I think Eddie Howe is a better manager than the Aston Villa blokes, Dean Smith.
Eddie Howe is a good manager.
I don't think they had a strong enough squad.
I think on Villa as a club, basically. That's all I'm basing it on. I'm not basing it on anything.
Fan base and stadium and that.
Villa as a club, and Villa are
but then
league caliber. They are of that, like, they're a Premier League standard team.
Till next season,
they'll be down there again next season. 100%.
Yeah, I agree. Unless they do a major buy-in.
I just think they're a big club. like I don't know. For me,
I know what you mean.
they're a big club. That's all. That's my whole argument there. But then again, Bournemouth, like you say, yeah, Bournemouth and Watford. I mean, that relegation battle was crazy, really. And the fact it went down to the last minute of the last game was just
Yeah, it was exciting.
Yeah, it did definitely add definitely add something to the mix.
Yarmolenko screamer kept it going, mate.
Yeah. A 30-yard.
Mate, Arsenal nearly kept it going, letting in so many bloody goals. Trust Arsenal to be 3-0 up and almost loose.
What's that? 3-0 Arsenal, and then I'm seeing 3-1. 3-2. I'm thinking to myself, they're going to do Arsenal.
I wanted it to go 3-3, just see if it rippled through to the West Ham Villa game and see if they started panicking.
Yeah. So, deservedly, you think them three should have gone down, or I'm getting
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's about right.
I don't agree with Tom. I think Bournemouth have been poor most of the season.
I think Bournemouth have been poor for most of the season, but if you give me the choice between Bournemouth, I think Villa have been poor most of the season. They only survived by 1 point.
If you took Jack Grealish out of that Villa team,
everyone else is average. Everyone else is average.
Yeah, they wouldn't have done anything. He put the team on.
Tyrone Mings ain't bad.
Mings, he's linked with a few clubs, isn't he, Mings?
I think he'll leave.
I'm not sold on him.
No, I'm not sold, but I think he looks a little bit better than Championship for me.
So,
I think England's squad's a bit much.
Yeah, we've got better centre-backs.
Yeah, definitely.
He's playing for Villa, like we said. Maybe in a better team, you don't know, with better defenders around him and better holding midfielders sitting in front of him.
Saying that, Ake from Bournemouth, everyone who's like linked with him is a top 4 team.
Yeah,
he looks good.
Another one who got let go.
If only we had him on the books when he was a child and paid nothing for him. Oh God.
Heard you
same with Declan Rice.
Yeah, or Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah.
Or Lukaku. Or Salah.
So, mate, we got Pulisic, who's much better than Salah.
Ooh.
Balling it now, mate. Next season, Ballon d'Or.
What about teams?
Next season, Ballon d'Or. What odds do you want on that? I will give you them. Whatever the bookies is, I'll give you a point. I will take your money, mate.
So, what about promoted teams? Leeds. It's good to see Leeds back.
Yes, man. I'm happy for that. I'm not going to lie. My sister's husband's a Leeds fan, massive Leeds fan, season ticket holder.
Mate,
it's just a big team, man. Big following.
Big team,
Good fans. They've got a good fan base. They turn up at games.
Not quite as much as Liverpool, but they won the league by about 10 points, I think, didn't they?
Yeah.
By about 10 points.
They've got some really good players as well.
Mate, they was really... I was looking earlier at this, actually. Leeds haven't been in the Premier League for about 17
seasons. And they went to League One as well. They got relegated from the Championship.
It's good to see them back because, like you say, they are a big club. But that's my argument with Villa. Villa are a big club.
Yeah, but I don't think you should just base it. A big club should automatically be in the Premier League. You got to be the good enough club.
You got to be good enough. 100%. So yeah, it's good to see Leeds back. West Brom.
Do you reckon they'll stay up?
Yeah, good to see Slaven back, I must admit.
Well, do I reckon Leeds will stay up? Well, it's hard.
I think they will, man. If you look at their squad, they've got some really good players.
I think the manager's very good.
Yeah, he's a joker.
I'm a bit worried. Whenever a good playing team for the Championship comes on, like Norwich last season, they play nice football. You're just going to get cut apart there if you try that in the Prem too much.
Well, Arsenal played them in the FA Cup, and the first half, they was better than Arsenal. And then in the second half, we sort of took over and played a lot better. But in the first half, they definitely play nice football. They get stuck in. And they was actually the better team. They was unlucky not to go in beating us, basically, at half-time. But
I think there's a big difference between Prem fitness to Championship fitness as well. I think it always kicks in the second half.
Maybe that's what it was. Maybe they just got tired.
Yeah, I think it's not as relentless in the Championship for 90 minutes as it is in the Prem.
West Brom, they're a bit of a yo-yo team, aren't they? They go up and down.
Yo-yo team, yeah.
Slaven's done well, though.
Yeah.
He's gone there. They're one of their best players, though. Hopefully, he's coming back to us. Grady D and Garner, he looks tasty, mate.
Does he?
Yeah, he's a quality little player. He had a few appearances for us, and then obviously after he must have been bought through by Slav when he was at West Ham. And then he's sucking straight in the first team, and he's been balling out for them on the left wing. So I'm hoping he comes back. But
is it one of the semi-final playoffs are being played at the moment? Actually, Swansea.
Swansea did so well to get in the playoffs, man. That was crazy.
Swansea, Brentford, and then tomorrow's Fulham, Cardiff.
Yeah.
Could be an all-Welsh final.
Imagine an all-Welsh final. I was going to say that. Cardiff, Swansea in the playoff final. That would be crazy for Wales. I'd like
Who's your preferred choice out of the playoffs?
I reckon Fulham.
Oh, I'd like to see Brentford.
Scott Parker. I like Brentford. Brentford have been my accumulator team for the whole season.
I just think because they haven't been there yet. I think give them a chance. Let's see what they're about. Yeah. Fulham and Cardiff and Swansea have all been there.
Has anyone
Brentford
score?
Scott Parker's a Judas as well, so.
Anyone got the Swansea score? The score?
0-0, I think.
0-0, yeah, still 0-0.
0-0.
Second half.
6:30, didn't they? I think.
Yeah.
Right. I'm guessing. Is there anything else anyone wants to talk about season-wise?
Honorable mention. Going to chuck it out there. Newcastle.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Because
they've got some good players, man. They've got some good players. That little weird-looking player up front.
And they could be worth billions by the end of the transfer window.
Well, if they, what's going on with that? I haven't seen much about that recently.
It all froze up, innit?
Yeah. I haven't been keeping up with that. I remember it being very, very hot topic, and then it just kind of died down a little bit. I don't know. Are they still getting bought out? I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I think so.
Are they?
I think now it shows you've got to put some respect on Bruce's name. I think.
Yeah.
And Dwight Gale as well.
Yeah.
I think all this Rafa talk that Bruce is going to show us that we're going to go down. We ain't got Rafa no more. I think Bruce has arguably had a better season than what Rafa had last year.
They lost Paris.
Bro, I can't stand Rafa Benitez. Every time he's been linked with us, I just do not want the geezer there. I don't know why everyone raves about him so much.
Well, Newcastle fans loved him.
Yeah, but I mean, who's their best choice since then? Steve Bruce, who's done well, like you said.
Yeah, stick with him unless they're going to get a superstar manager like Pochettino or someone like that. I don't see why you wouldn't stick with him.
Where can you see Pochettino going, if anywhere, next season?
I can't understand why they got rid of him. Like Mourinho, such a weird move.
That was a funny thing to happen.
And you know, the other last week, his son signed for Tottenham, and he was there in the Tottenham training kit with his son to sign the contract. So he's like, it's not like he's even got a bad relationship with Tottenham. The whole thing seemed odd.
My dad's an old Tottenham fan, and he can't stand Mourinho. He's so anti-Mourinho. No. He says the football that they play now is not the Spurs way.
No,
just doesn't like it at all.
It depends. If you start winning, people get used to the Mourinho way. Because winning's more important.
But with Mourinho, he used to have a way with players, and like his man management was part of his thing. And he's gone from being this like man manager with this like aura where he'd get players to do what he needed them to do to trying to be a bit of a tactician, and it's just not his game. But he doesn't have the same sort of grip on players anymore, especially after like public fallouts with players like Pogba.
Hey, he just ends up falling out with players, I think now.
Yeah, if they don't do it his way, and I can't see him doing it there at Tottenham.
No, neither can I.
I can't see him pushing them on.
I still think I've still got faith that I think he'll push them for one season. They won't get another 2 out of him, but I reckon next season they'll be solid. Probably, I'll still put him in like my top 4 race. Then it'll be tough. That
you fancy Tottenham under Mourinho top 4, yeah?
Just to scrape 4th, if anything, because Chelsea are already going to push on. City are going to push on. Liverpool, I don't see them dropping. So it'd be between United. I think it'd be between United and Spurs for me for that 4th spot.
Leicester?
Nah, they'll fall off. Europa League football, they'll fall back a bit.
I can't see Tottenham getting top 4 with Jose Mourinho.
No, I don't even think they'll be close. I think he'll get sacked halfway through the season.
I think a lot depends on who buys who. I think we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's going to be a major factor.
Who buys who?
Because right now their defense is shit.
Why don't we do a little? While we're on the topic of next season, I suppose that would be a good way to end. We could do a little prediction for next season. Who we think's going to win the league, top 4, relegated.
Okay, I think Man City will win the league.
You reckon? I reckon it's the 2 top dogs again. It's going to be City or Liverpool, I reckon.
I reckon it'll be City to win the league.
Yeah.
Laporte Dave's fit.
Top 4, City, Liverpool. Gets a bit more.
Yeah, I think Chelsea, unfortunately, are going to be up there next season with the players that they've signed. I think they'll be up there.
I reckon it could be again as well. Top 4.
I think it's going to be same top 4. If I'm completely honest with you.
It definitely could be for sure.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, teams we need to see who signs who. Chelsea have gone early with their business, obviously good business.
Very good business.
So you'd have to say, yeah, as it stands, you'd say Chelsea would be up there. United again, the Pogba, Bruno thing seems to be coming along for them if they can maintain that. And then it would depend on who Tottenham and Arsenal sign. Arsenal and Tottenham both need players. They need to sign players. That's the bottom line. And we'll see who they sign.
See Wolves pushing on again next season. To be honest with you, they just can't really do a foot wrong. If they keep players like Jimenez and that, they're quality side.
Jimenez is good. Neves is decent.
Martinez,
solid.
Johnny at the back is quality little player.
Traore.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Forgot that in. He's an animal. Don't lift weights.
Yeah.
Just take steroids.
Yeah.
The machine. Jesus Christ.
He's ridiculous, mate. He's ridiculous.
Relegation. I think it's a bit hard to call again, but based on this season, I reckon you've got to put Villa in the mix.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Villa.
And then you'd have to
struggle next season.
Right.
Yeah,
I reckon Brighton, Palace.
Palace, if they lose Zaha, which they really should, because he's so much better than that team.
Yeah.
He
said he wants to leave, didn't he? He's handed in a request, I think.
He's wanted to leave for years.
He wanted to leave.
Arsenal tried to sign him.
Yeah. Fair enough. He's got his contract, and they want a certain amount of money for him. It's the same with Grealish. You've got to pay what he's worth to the club.
Yeah, that's it. I think Everton are going to have a poor season next season. I just think they're a nothing team.
They got Carlo Ancelotti.
I don't think that matters. Well,
I can't see any of them teams, though. I can't see Everton being in the relegation battle. I think it will be, again, it depends who comes up out of the playoff places. If any 4 of them playoff teams, I reckon, are going to be down there.
Yeah,
then
West Brom
again, you've got to say they're going to be poor. Leeds again, you don't know how they're going to react in the Premiership.
Nah.
And then out of the ones that have been left, Villa, Brighton, them sort of teams. Maybe.
Hopefully not West Ham. Please.
You just want to be a boring mid-table
obscurity. Yeah, I want to be Palace next season, man. Safe by January or something. Love it.
Criticise Burnley, but it's what you really want.
Yeah.
I'll take Burnley all day, yeah. Just for one season and then push up. No. I suppose it keeps it interesting, doesn't it?
It does, indeed. So, anything else anybody wants to add? Or do you think we've covered
everything?
Most.
We can talk about the flops of the season next time. I'm going with Pepe. Spoiler.
About the flops of the season. Little spoiler there. We'll get to it. All right. Well, yeah. If anybody did listen, big up. And we'll be back with another one.